right. Matt will treat you right. 5 minutes after 10 o'clock, Matt is in the studio. It is a live show on June 5th, 2018, in case you were wondering if Matt was also taking the day off. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Are all of your kids graduated from high school?
Yes.
Okay. So we had a call asking if you could give some advice to somebody buying a car for their high school graduate. That's got to be a tough call, isn't it?
No, that's pretty simple.
Is it? What?
Yeah,
Just get a big Humvee?
It depends on what kind of child it is.
Oh, really?
The temperament of the child has a lot to do with what kind of vehicle they should drive. But more importantly than that, it's like, where do you get the car? Now, you may come to Crossroad Auto Sales to get that car.
I was going to say, that would be a good choice.
But if you don't...
Because I'm guessing most people get a used car as their first car, right?
Yeah, yes, I would say the majority of people do. And if you choose not to come to Crossroad Auto Sales and get that car, then at least if you find a car somewhere, bring it to Sunrise. I have a story.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
This happened last night. Okay, here's a situation. This is a real life situation.
Just last night.
It happened yesterday afternoon.
Wow.
And I get a phone call, and the phone call that I get is from a gentleman who works in law enforcement. Okay, I'm not going to mention no names. Works in law enforcement.
Right.
And he bought a car for his 16-year-old son. And they bought the car they got this particular car because of the price. Okay, but they had to drive down to Orlando area.
Okay.
To get the car.
Okay.
And apparently, I guess it was raining real bad when they were coming back. After they bought the car, they were coming back, and it was raining real bad. And well, the passenger side of the car kind of started filling up with water.
Oh my God!
And
where was the leak?
Well, that's
later.
Well, yeah, and so he calls me up, and he's really, really upset because he called the dealer, and the dealer basically said pound sand, and you know pound sand.
Okay.
And
I don't think what you said there. Pound sand.
Sand. And so anyway.
I would never go back to that guy again.
Well, and you know that's kind of what the. He was upset.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, send me the contact information from the dealer that you bought the car from, and give me his name, give me his phone number, and let me in the morning. Let me do some diagnostics and kind of check it out and find out what's going on, and let me call the gentleman and talk to him.
Okay. And, I can't hear
because he's so emotionally involved. His wife's crying. They're all upset. You know what I'm saying?
They invested a lot of money.
And they haven't even had the car for 3 hours, and they're just filling up with water.
Yeah.
And so this morning I got there a little bit early, and I kind of went out back and kind of checked it out, and it's the windshield. The windshield's leaking, which is not going to be that big. It's in the world of water leaking into the car. That's probably the easiest one. And so I'm going to take care of that, and I'm going to call the dealer, tell him who I am, tell him what we're dealing with, and I want to see maybe I can get this guy to pay for this, and make everybody happy. It's only, if he just pays for it, everybody will be happy.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I can't wait to hear what happened.
Yeah, me too. You
haven't heard yet?
Called. No, I haven't called yet. I haven't.
You want to call him on the air?
No. That would be fun, though.
It would be fun. It'd be very fun. Oh, that is too bad. That is bad business practice.
Well, it's not bad business yet. You see what I'm saying? Because I can call the guy and say,
nah. If he was told to pound sand, that's bad business.
Yeah, that's bad business. Yeah,
I think.
But basically, what was said to the guy was, "Listen, we're not taking a car back, but we may help you with the repair." So, what does that mean?
Well, how is it possible that he didn't know that it was leaking? It must have rained on the car lot.
You would have thought. It didn't take me long to find the leak.
So is it possible, just to give him benefit of the doubt for a second, is it possible that when a car is sitting on a lot, it won't leak, but when you're driving, it will?
No, because it was sitting on the lot when it's sitting at my shop when I discovered that it was leaking.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
So there you go.
So yeah, and it's leaking pretty good, and it's been leaking for a while because I took some of the carpet and whatnot back, and there's some metal right down there where it's leaking.
Yeah.
It's all rusted real bad,
Oh
so I
my
know it's been
gosh.
leaking for a while.
Poor kid. I mean, this is a high school gift?
It'll be a 16th birthday gift.
Okay, got it. Right. Oh, my gosh.
But here's the deal. These folks get on the internet and they're looking for a car, and go to the dealers, and here's the car. This is the car that they want to buy. But why? Okay, well, here's one in Orlando that's $3,000 less than all the rest of these cars. There's a reason why it's $3,000 less. There's always a reason that something is cheaper. You know? Because if that car was really the right car and it was $3,000 less, well, I'll be honest with you, another dealer would go buy that car because there's money to be made on that car. You see what I'm saying?
So windshield is normally what, $500?
No, it's
oh, really?
It'd be
less.
Yeah, probably it'd be less than $300.
Okay.
To fix it if it doesn't crack. You know, a lot of times on a windshield you might crack it taking it out because you have to take it out, clean it, reseal it, and put it back in. So there is a possibility that it can crack coming out. But even if it cracks coming out, it's not going to be that big a deal.
Oh, okay. Wow. Do you remember your first car?
I do.
Did you buy your own first car?
I did.
Or did somebody buy it for you?
No, I bought it.
How'd you save up the money?
I pillaged. It only cost me $150.
Pillaged?
I pillaged.
What'd you do?
I think I sold a guitar. And,
oh, no.
Yeah. I had a real nice Epiphone electric guitar.
I remember the Epiphones, yeah.
And
I don't know if they're still out there or not.
Yeah, they're still out there. Yeah. So yeah, I sold my guitar and did a couple things and got me a real piece of junk car. That's probably what made me want to become a mechanic because I couldn't even get it from one part of my yard to the other side of my yard.
I think my first car was a Comet. I feel like it was a Comet
my dad had a Comet.
Yeah.
That was an awesome car.
Can I tell you my first car story?
Yeah.
It was a gift from my mom and dad. We had moved to Florida from New York, and in New York the driving age was, I think, 18. I don't know, but down here it was like 15. It was so low for a kid, you know. So I came down here when I was 17, and so I took driver's ed over at Forest High School.
Oh.
I was also a wannabe, recording artist.
Oh.
And so I had made a record in New York, and I got it played on WTRS. Believe it or not, all those years ago. And so I was excited, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm on my way to having a music career. And somebody at WTRS called me and said, hey, there's a place in Memphis that wants to record you, but you got to pay. So, now knowing what I know now, I know, okay, that's what they call vanity press. But at the time, I thought, yeah, man, I want to do this. So my dad gave me a choice. We can either pay for the record or we'll pay to buy you a car. And in his mind, he's thinking, no way he's going to take the record. Everybody wants a car. And I said the record. And so that's what we did. We went to Memphis and I made a record, and then my father bought me a car anyway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think it was like a gift from my grandfather or something. But yeah, it was an old Comet. I think it was a Comet.
Wow. So you got where's the record at? How come it's not like in a frame?
Oh, I still have them. It's a single, not an album.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's a little 45?
Yeah. Yeah, the other day I was cleaning out my shed and I found like a box of them. And
you should have one like framed and stuff. Put it in a little frame.
Yeah, maybe I'll think of doing that.
I'm serious. Bring it to me. Bring me a copy of it.
1973.
What's the name of the song?
Oh my gosh.
You don't remember the name of the song?
Well, I've done more than one song.
But this is the first one, Larry.
Yeah. Well, the very, very first one, the one I made in New York, was called Mr. Happy Man.
Mr. Happy Man.
That's.
Did you go to Woodstock?
That's the one they played on WTRS.
Really?
Can you believe it? Yeah,
Mr.
back in those
Happy
days.
Man.
Yeah. So anyway, I had that car for a while. I love the car too, by the way. And it had that smell. Remember, old cars had the upholstery was
vinyl
stuffed with something.
Yeah,
If you popped the upholstery, it was just fiber or something. What was in those things?
I don't have no idea.
Do you remember what I'm talking about? And it had a smell, that stuff. And speaking of wet cars, by the way, I think that was the car that I eventually had a rotten hole in the passenger side floor. And
My dad's had a rotten hole in his Comet.
Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, you could actually spit on the road while you're driving down the road. It was,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if I didn't want to finish my soda, just pour it right down there. But the problem was if I ran through a puddle,
you got wet.
yeah, anybody sitting there was drenched.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, so here's an article. This is the 7 car buying tips for college graduates if you're buying a gift for a college student.
Oh, so these don't apply to any of the high school kids, right?
Well, I don't know. I don't know, but there it is. So see if you can agree with them or you want to comment on them.
Well, I should have looked at this before.
Show prep during the show.
Yeah, and people ask me all the time, how do you prep for your show? I play Candy Crush. There is no prep. How do you prep for this?
Well, you don't have to. I mean, you just read the headline. You don't have to read the whole thing. I mean, each individual had a sub-headline. What do they say?
Like, decide on the basics?
Yeah. Yeah, what do you want in a car?
Use the research skills you've learned?
Well, see, see, what I would think is if you're buying a car for your child, you don't want to buy one of those little cars that look like my shoes. Those look like they would be horrible in an accident.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Unless you got in an accident with another one of those little cars.
Well, maybe. But like motorcycles, I'd be so afraid to get my child a motorcycle.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. So,
Beware of getting your dream car.
now, why would that be? Why do you think that's a problem?
Because it might not be very practical.
Your dream car?
Yeah, it's a lot of times I guess it's not a practical thing.
I never got my dream car, and I don't have any desire for it anymore.
And it's not your dream car.
I had 2 dream cars. One was a Corvette, and I know I'm probably too big for a Corvette. The other one was a New Yorker, a Chrysler New Yorker. For some reason, that one applied. And it had nothing to do with coming from New York. I just liked the way it looked.
Well, there was the old style New Yorkers that were like, I used to call them a land yacht. Them things went on for like a mile.
Maybe that's why I liked them.
And they were just huge. I mean, the reason I was laughing, it wasn't because it was a New Yorker. It was like, okay, a Corvette or a land yacht.
Okay.
You could put the Corvette in the trunk of a New Yorker.
But didn't the New Yorker have a classy look back in its day? I don't think it does now. In fact, most cars look the same now to me.
Yeah. Well, there is no more New Yorker now.
Oh, there isn't? Okay. Are you ready for a phone call? Mm-hmm. Good morning. You're on there with Matt.
Yeah, good morning, good morning. My first car was 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air, and it leaked like a sieve in the rain, but it got me back and forth to work for my first job. It was, it did what it was supposed to do.
Now, do you wish you still had that car today?
I bet you do, yeah. You wish
Yeah, it might be worth more than 125 I paid for it.
It might be a little bit. Yeah.
All right, have a good morning, all.
Thank you.
See, I would still like to have. It's really not my first car. I wish I had. I think my third car was the 1972 Nova.
Oh, yeah.
That was a car I liked a lot, and if I still had it, I don't think I would even be concerned about what it was worth. I would just like to have it. It wouldn't be the dollar amount.
That'd be a nice car to have.
Is that right? Well, now I see them all the time at these car shows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're worth a little bit of money.
Are they?
Oh, you never look at the car?
Maybe I do, and I just don't remember it. You know how much I sold it for, though? $100.
100.
When I let go of it, yeah, I was going back to New York, and I thought I'm not going to need a car. So, because you don't in New York, you got public transportation.
Like
so.
New York City.
Yeah.
How did you live in New York City? Isn't it expensive to live in New York City?
I don't remember that. I just remember like going to bed and going to work and go. I don't remember a whole lot about that.
Wow.
I don't remember it being expensive. I just remember you work and you pay just like you do here.
Yeah.
It's probably the same, I guess. I don't know. It's just that when you look at the wages we make here and you try to imagine living there, it's not possible because
No, you can even. Me and Sheila, we've gone several times to New York City and look at it like a 1-bedroom loft type apartment
Oh, yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
flat thing up there. It's like $2,500 a month.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Well, even now, I just looked at one yesterday. There's an $1,800 apartment. It is just about twice as wide as the couch that's in the photo. That's about the whole width of the thing. So it's smaller than a mobile home. It's got a refrigerator, a stove, a sink, a bathroom, a door, and a window, and a couch. That's it. That's all that's in there.
And the couch turns into your bed?
I don't think so. It doesn't look wide enough to. You have to sleep on the couch, I think.
Oh, wow.
It's listed as 0 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. That's how it's listed.
And it's $1,800.
$1,800 a month, yeah. And do you know the Chelsea area of New York?
No, I don't.
Yeah. But that's where it is.
Wow. And cars are cars all over the world.
Cars are cars. And we were talking about car dealerships in Manhattan. Mm-hmm. And my father had a story of getting a car from a dealership, and he had to have it brought down an elevator. And I've never actually seen one of those dealerships, but I suppose they are still there.
Yeah. We saw a Tesla dealer when we went to Boston for the Boston Marathon. Uh-huh. And right downtown, the heart of Boston, there's a Tesla dealership, and it's got elevator. I mean, it was, and let me tell you, this place was incredible.
So that's an expensive car, right? A Tesla?
I think they're pretty expensive. I don't really know that much.
So if you bought one of them as a first car for your child, wouldn't that be spoiling the kid?
Yeah. Or I don't know. I can't comprehend that. I can't even buy a new car. So
well, I know, but do you ever think that way though? I mean, this is more not about cars as much as it is raising kids. But doesn't it seem like if you gave them the best car that money could buy, let's assume money was not an object, you won the lottery or something, and you bought them the best car money could buy, would that be a bad thing from a parenting point of view?
I don't know. I think having 6 kids, I've come to understand that I don't know anything about kids. but what I do know about them is that every one of them's different, and their personalities are different. Yeah. They're different. Everyone, you can't treat them all the same because they're not the same. So I have a daughter that was very, very, very mature at a very young age. So therefore, she got privileges and stuff like that the other kids didn't get because of who she was.
That's interesting. Yeah.
So you look at each one of them as an individual. I had one daughter. The only thing this girl needed was a tank. Just buy her a tank because she was just going to go out in the woods. She was going to go have fun.
She liked that kind of stuff.
She was So just give her something she can
get mud. She liked the mud thing.
Yeah, she loved to go out.
I don't get the mud thing.
Nah,
do you get that?
Nah, I did. I went through a mud phase. I went through a mud phase.
Did you really? Did you go out to the mud gatherings and just slap around the mud?
Oh, yeah, slap around the mud.
And what is the...
and then you don't wash your car for a week, so
I was wondering about
knows.
that. I mean, is that just fun to get your whole car caked in mud?
Yeah, it was. It actually was. Then it kind of started getting expensive.
How does riding in the mud become expensive?
Because that mud gets all up in the bearings and gets in the starter and gets into this and gets into that, and it was fun, but you tore up a lot of stuff playing in the mud.
Do you think that's uniquely American? Do you think British kids are doing this?
And playing in the mud?
Yeah.
I think they do, Larry.
With their cars.
Yeah, I think kids are kids all over the world.
Kids are kids. Where's that song? So that's funny. So Prince, what's his name? Prince Harry just got married, so they're gonna have a baby, and that little baby be riding around in the mud.
In the mud.
That Prince Harry seems like a mud kind of a guy, doesn't he?
He seems like he's
seems like a wild guy.
Yeah, he seems like he lives a fun life.
Did you know the lady he married has a sister here in Ocala?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Did you ever work on her car?
I don't think I have. I might have. I don't know. You just never know.
If she was a pain for you, like a pain, you know how some customers are a pain, right? You don't want to name any, but if she was, would you call her a royal pain?
No, I'd call her. No, I wouldn't, because she's not royal. Her sister is royal.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Hey, I have a daughter, and people can check her out on Facebook if they want to. Her name is Kristen Gibbs, and she has like all this art stuff that she does.
Oh, neat.
And I know how you like art stuff. But she painted this picture for me. She hand painted this.
Nice.
And it's a picture of. I know it's kind of hard when you're talking on the radio when you're fixing to show somebody a picture, but it's a picture of a 1965
Oh, let me see.
GMC truck.
Oh, beautiful. Nice
And
job.
then the other truck is a 2017 GMC truck.
Yes.
Now, what that represents is the 1965 red truck. That's
Yeah.
me.
Oh, okay.
And the silver 2017 truck, that represents my grandson that was born in 2017, Malachi.
Oh my gosh, that's
And
clever.
so that's pretty
clever.
cool, isn't it?
I love the job she did on that painting. Wow, do you have it hanging up somewhere?
Yeah, it's in my office.
I came by the other day, by the way. You were not there.
No.
You're hardly ever there when I come by.
I was gone.
You were gone. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey.
Morning.
Hey, you know what the great part about the new Royal, they actually have a branch in the family tree. Their family tree has been bamboo for so many years that they finally have a branch on it now.
It's funny.
Anyway, you were talking about cars, and my daughters. One of my daughters was she was the 4.73 GPA graduate. My other daughter, she graduated. And one of my daughters, the one that graduated with the 4.7 GPA she was class president. I love them both. I love all my children the same. It's just some of them are a lot smarter than the others.
Don't tell them that.
They know. They know. You don't have to tell them. They already know. But the daughter that just graduated, she did graduate. I'll give her that. High school. Her idea was to go out and get a job and such and such. My other daughter, she got a full scholarship university in Richmond, Virginia for law school. She did an internship in Hong Kong. But during her school, my daughter, the one that didn't go to university, bought her a car, and she, pretty much drove it and beat it to death. And the one that she drove a Honda Accord that had 170,000 miles on it until she finished school, and then she went to Hong Kong and did her internship over there, and she gave that car to her mom. So, I believe that kids have I think if I won the lottery, Larry, I would say, okay, I wouldn't tell my kids about it to begin with, and definitely don't tell your friends. But I would take my children. I'd say, you know what? I've come into a little bit of money, and so here's $25,000. I'd give it to them. Don't do what you want to do with it. Here's $25,000, and I'd see what they did with it. That's how I would do to gauge it, and see what the outcome would be of that, because that's the problem today in this country. The kids, if the kids don't get a brand new car for high school graduation, they're really hard done by. They're so, it's amazing that we are, we do raise our children to be, to feel entitled. They feel so entitled, and I think it's, I think it's not a good thing. I just don't think it's a good thing. When myself, I don't know about you, Matt, but I don't drive a brand new $75,000 car. I drive a 2011 Hyundai Santa Fe. Love it. Paid for. I don't know if they have any payments on anything. A vehicle say, that's the best kind of car to have when you don't have any payments on it.
Right.
So, your opinion on that? What do you think?
Yeah, thanks for the call.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I drive a 2008 Toyota Sequoia.
Yeah, and I have a 2005 Buick Rendezvous
it.
that I got from Crossroad Auto Sales.
That's it.
So if you're getting a car for your graduate, I think my thing, if you're going to ask me, get something safe.
Safe and reliable.
And I don't know who
Reliable.
I would ask. I would ask you. I would say, Matt, what is a safe car?
There's a lot of safe cars out there. To be honest with you, there are a lot of safe cars, because the government has gone in and done so much with safety. You know what I'm saying? So they're mandating that we constantly are making cars safer and safer and safer. And that's one of the good things about what the government has and what they're pushing the manufacturers to do. So.
One thing you said last week that I wanted to repeat because I keep thinking about it is even though I don't have a road trip planned in the near future, I keep thinking about that offer you have to do a trip check.
Yep.
And so anybody with a car, you should probably get a trip check because maybe something's about to go and this will reveal it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Give you an idea of how the health of your car. Right?
It should be, and you should do it once a year anyways, you know.
Yeah, it's been a while for me. Hey, Matt, enjoy your day. Thank you for doing this.
Yes, sir.
And don't breathe my air because I got a cold.
It's too late now, brother.
Too late. We'll be right back.
Over at Sunrise Automotive will treat you right. We'll treat you right.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Here is your 1-minute news brief.